This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. EOJ adjusts the processing time for letters of identity. The Electoral Office of Jamaica is advising the public that come Thursday, January 13, requests for letters of identity at its head office will be processed as a next-day service. Previously, electors could request a letter of identity at the 43 Duke Street, Kingston office and receive it on the same day. However, with this new adjustment, electors who request the letter at the above location will be required to collect it on the following day. According to a release from the EOJ, concerns for the health and wellness of its staff and the public was the main reason for the change. Over the last week, we have observed large gatherings at the head office daily as individuals come to request and collect letters of identity. Out of concern for the health and well-being of our staff and for our electors, we have decided to shift from same-day processing to next-day service for letters of identity in order to better manage the process, said Glaspole Brown, Director of Elections. We recognize that the new variant of the COVID-19 virus is highly contagious and therefore we are taking even greater precautions. Since January 3, 2022, electors who are in the process of renewing their voter ID card and are awaiting the new card may request a letter of identity from the EOJ to be used as a provisional identification document in the interim. U.S. warns against travel to Jamaica due to crime and COVID conditions. The U.S. Department of State has advised its citizens against travel to Jamaica due to crime and COVID-19 related conditions. In an update on Monday, January 10, the department increased the country's travel advisory to a level 4 do not travel, noting that there was an increased risk in Kingston, Montego Bay, and the Spanish Town communities. According to the department, violent crimes such as home invasions, armed robberies, sexual assaults, and homicides are common. It noted that sexual assaults occurred frequently, including at all-inclusive resorts. Local police lack the resources to respond effectively to serious criminal incidents. Emergency services vary throughout the island, and the response time may vary from U.S. standards, it said. The department advised against traveling to the following communities: Kingston, Cassava Peace, downtown Kingston, defined as between Mountain View Avenue and Hagley Park Road, and the south of Halfway Tree and Old Hope Roads, including Trenchtown, Tivoli Gardens and Arnett Gardens, Grants Pen and the Stand Pipe, Montego Bay St. James, Canterbury, Cleaver Street, Flankers, Hart Street, Norwood and Rose Heights, and the Spanish Town St. Catherine. It warned that U.S. government personnel are prohibited from traveling to these areas, from using public buses, and from driving outside of prescribed areas of Kingston at night. On Tuesday, it was reported that in the first 8 days of 2022, Jamaica's murder tally climbed to 37, which is 9 more homicides or 32.1% increase when compared with the corresponding period in 2021. Meanwhile, the department noted that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has also issued a Level 2 travel health notice for Jamaica due to COVID-19, indicating a moderate level of COVID-19 in the country. It added, however, that the risk of contracting COVID-19 and developing severe symptoms may be lower for individuals fully vaccinated with an FDA-authorized vaccine. Caymanian woman pleads guilty to child cruelty involving 12-year-old Jamaican boy. A Caymanian woman who was charged with enslaving and neglecting a 12-year-old Jamaican boy is to be sentenced later this month. Lurleen Viola Henry Smith, 59, from East End in Cayman, pleaded guilty to charges of cruelty to a child in a Cayman Islands court last Friday. According to a Cayman News Service report, Smith and her son were arrested in April 2019, more than 3 months after the child arrived from Jamaica, but the charges were not brought until May 2021 after a long investigation. The report noted that the child was sent to the Cayman as a result of an arrangement between Smith and his family, who believed he was going there to get a better chance at life and attend school. However, the child was reportedly locked in Smith's home and treated like a slave, the report said, adding that he was also never enrolled in school. His case was later brought to the attention of the authorities when he ran away, and an investigation was conducted, which led to Smith and her son being arrested and charged. Smith's son, according to the report, was freed last year after prosecutors were unable to prove he had knowledge of the cruelty that the Jamaican boy was facing at the house. The child has since been returned to Jamaica. Over 40 healthcare workers out sick at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital amid a COVID-19 wave. Over 40 healthcare workers at the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital in St. Anne are out sick due to COVID-19. Further, the hospital is also seeing an increase in COVID-19 admissions since December. Essentially, we're seeing the effects of the fourth wave. The numbers are increasing exponentially, Dr. Tanya Hamilton-Johnson, senior medical officer at the hospital, told the news on Monday. We used to have 20 inpatients per day in December. Now we're seeing 40, so all our designated isolation wards are full, Hamilton-Smith said. She warned that the situation will worsen if persons continue to flout the prevention protocols as well as fail to get vaccinated. Our healthcare workers are overwhelmed, and in terms of it affecting our healthcare workers, we have over 40 healthcare workers out and it is going up daily, Hamilton-Johnson said. She said the situation is made worse by a rise in victims of motor vehicle crashes. While we have the increase in numbers in patients being admitted with COVID-19, we're having an increase in trauma from motor vehicle accidents, so we're having two sets of increase in numbers, Hamilton-Johnson lamented. Westmoreland schools and parents urged to look out for hand, foot, and mouth disease. With the resumption of face-to-face classes, the Westmoreland Health Department is appealing to school administrators and parents to be on the lookout for symptoms of hand, foot, and mouth disease among children. The health department said that while there is no outbreak of the disease in the parish, there have been 12 reported cases of the viral illness across 8 communities over the past 2 months. Cases have been detected in Seaton Crescent, Farm Pen, Chantilly, Hudson Street, Mailers Avenue, and the Top Road in Little London, and the Georges Plain and the Shoebury in Petersfield. The individuals were diagnosed at health centers across the parish. In an interview with the news, Parish Health Promotion and Education Officer Gerald Miller said that the contagious viral illness is common in infants and children under 5 years old, but can also be transmitted to older children and adults. He explained that the disease spreads easily in child care facilities due to frequent diaper changes and because young children often put their hands in their mouths. Miller said the health department is being proactive and has placed educational institutions on alert. We have been very proactive in alerting our parents, educational institutions, and the principals and the development officers who work with Early Childhood Commission to let them be aware of the presence of hand, foot, and mouth in the parish. And we want our parents, guardians, and teachers to be on the lookout, he said. Initial signs of the disease include fever, poor appetite, sore throat, and a feeling of malaise. These symptoms generally last for 1 to 2 days before a blister-like rash appears on the hands, feet, and in the mouth. The rash initially emerges as small red spots, but then develops into blisters. The blisters may develop on the gums, inner cheeks, and the tongue, and the patients may complain of mouth pain and a sore throat. Young children tend to drool and avoid swallowing, and may refuse to drink or eat because of the discomfort. Miller further explained that measures used to reduce the spread of disease include the frequent washing of hands by both the parents and the children. The prevention methods are similar to what have been practiced to prevent the spread of the coronavirus: washing of hands with soap and water after using the toilet, after changing a diaper, before eating and preparing meals, and after handling a sick person, and avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands, he outlined. He advised that children with symptoms of the disease should be sent home immediately and remain out of school for 7 days. Miller is encouraging early childhood school administrators to clean and disinfect toys and high-touch areas regularly. Meanwhile, Miller informed that several cases of scabies has been detected in the parish. He is urging parents and schools to be vigilant, as the skin disease is found mostly among children and it is spread through close personal contact. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.